Hi all, I'm Alan's son, and I'm here with my friend Madelyn. And Madelyn, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Madelyn. I'm a fourth year at UCSD from the San Diego area, studying education and human development. And I'm a student leader for InterVarsity. I kind of do a lot of random stuff here and there, but yeah.
And you're a Gen Zer.
And I'm a Gen Zer.
and that's what we're talking about too this time. And so we're especially talking about Gen Z and the returning back into society from the pandemic and everything. Now, I wanted to ask you, Madelyn, just the first question is this, how do you think Gen Z is coming back from the pandemic? Hopeful, cautious, hopefully cautious?
I liked your wording of hopefully cautious because I think, you know, surprising in some ways, but also not the more I think about it, that Gen Zers are still wearing their masks. Like they're still, you know, even though a lot of them are vaccinated, they're cautious in the way that they're still trying to protect others and protect themselves and those around them, but they're hopeful of getting to go to concerts and getting to go back to normal and do fun stuff again. Like Harry Styles has been on tour and everyone's been so excited and going to see Harry Styles and you know, they're all wearing their masks and being safe, but they get to go to a concert, so they're hopeful that we're returning back to normal.
Yeah, concerts coming back, school starting again, people meeting back in person. And that's a good word, hopeful for Gen Z, because I think a lot of times the thought is Gen Zers can be lacking hope and cynical. And doom and gloom because of our future.
Right.
Well, for you, what lingering things do you feel are being carried on from the pandemic? Because it was 18 months, a really challenging time.
I think there will be, you know, similar to other generations, there will be some generational trauma that will be carried in, but in the same realm, we're the generation that has kind of normalized mental health and conversations about that. So hopefully conversations like that will continue post-pandemic. But I think, you know, you said that we were cynical. I think people lost a lot of hope in other people coming out of the pandemic, seeing people with different opinions in them or in different stages of life or whatever react differently to the pandemic, probably caused a lot of distrust between Gen Z and other people. Most notably will be the conversations about mental health, even though it will also be accompanied by some generational trauma that I think will affect us for a really long time.
Yeah, the pandemic is what is marking your generation, and Zoom University has been such a common thing, but I really appreciate your thought on what do you hope will be different just now in this re-entry in this world, this post-pandemic world. What do you hope is going to look different?
You know, when I was growing up and seeing my parents go to work, oh, you went to work even if you were sick, unless you were in bed, dying, you went to work, you went to school, and I hope that, and I've already seen that culture change a little bit too. Slow down, take some time for yourself and rest, and rejuvenate, and I hope that continues as I enter the workforce soon. I hope that stays.
And that's a great point. Rest and reflection, especially pausing in life. We really took that to heart.
Yeah, stopping and evaluating what's going on around you, what's going on in your immediate life, how are you feeling about all of those things.
Lastly, just what do you think are the top 3 challenges that you think Gen Z are dealing with re-entry?
Uncertainty. It still feels, you know, it's been 18 months of the uncertainty.
Feels uncertain.
But it still feels uncertain. Even though we're going back to normal, the rules are changing every day. You know, coming back to UCSD, things were changing up until the first day of classes and still are, even though we've already started. That's a big one. I think Gen Z has gained a lot of compassion, I think, for other people, but lastly, a passion about what is going on around them. You know, Gen Z is one of the most activist generations, socially conscious. They're not only conscious, but they're passionate about it, and I think that came out of the pandemic and came out of what happened during it.
Yeah, that's helpful. And I think also, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they want to see other people be passionate, but also put actions to their words of what they believe in, the social inequities, but also climate change and other things like that. Like
Gen Z
show us,
is not afraid to call out empty words.
Right.
That is a big thing.
Right.
Yeah, like you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to act. Actions mean way more than words. The words mean nothing unless you do something about them.
That's valuable.
Yeah.
So thank you, Madelyn.
Yeah. Thanks, Alan.